Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of the Successful Franchisee's Beautiful View. I'm excited about this episode because I'm going to go through the 7-step process for a new entrepreneur that wants to buy a franchise. And it's a process that we help you with a franchise building expert and Bay Vista executive advisors. So I'm going to jump right into it because there's a lot of information to cover. First of all, you have to have an interest. There has to be a spark in you to be an entrepreneur. Whether you start up your own business, buy an existing business, or franchise, you have to have that spark that says, man, I need to get out there and have a bigger impact than making money for somebody else. So the first thing you do after you have that interest is you contact a franchise consultant or a franchise broker. And we do both. But first of all, we help you with the first step in the process is to find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. And if you're in the corporate world, you've had assessments done multiple times. But we look deeper with our specific technology that will help match you to the correct franchise brand. We'll also dive deep into what your vision is for owning a business. What type of business ownership model do you want? Do you want the owner operator? Do you want to be an executive with multi-units? Do you want to be an area developer or master franchisee that owns the whole state, the rights to the whole state? We also look at your resources to determine what level you can invest in. Obviously, if you're going to be a master franchisee and own the state of Pennsylvania, it's going to take more resources than buying a single unit in Harrisburg. Next, I go to work and I go through our list of 370 plus franchise brands to match your vision, your talents with the correct franchise brand. And I'll come back to you with 2 or 3 different brands to present, and we'll discuss those brands. You'll tell me what you like, but more important to me is what you don't like, and I'll focus in on that when I go back and do another search and find 2 other companies that fit your criteria a little bit better, and we'll discuss those. The whole purpose of my job, especially at the beginning, is to reduce the 3 deal monsters of fear, time, and partner support. And we're going to address those every step of the way through the whole process to make sure that you're still on the right track. So after I present the 2 or 3 brands for you, you'll decide, who do you want to meet? And it's usually no more than 2. Sometimes it's just 1 that looks very interesting for you. But I'll introduce you to 2 different brands. And it's typically the franchise development team. Quite often, though, especially in emerging brands, you will meet the founder and the owner of the franchise. Once you have that meeting, and assuming through this discussion that everything moves forward and there's not a glitch that we have to address, I kind of look at this like firefighting. The overall principles that I'm describing to you are the same. No 2 fires in my 19-year career were ever the same, but the overall overriding principles were. So once you meet the franchisor, have an interview, and by the way, they're not only interviewing you, you're interviewing them, and we're going to prepare you for that conversation. They'll send you the franchise disclosure document, FDD. This is a government mandated document that every franchisor has to fill out. It is not a good negotiating tool. But once you have this document and have signed that you've received it, you have to wait 15 days before you can sign any franchise agreement. Now, before that 15 days and before you receive the FDD, we'll make sure to talk about what legal resources that you have. And if you need to be introduced to somebody, we have a team that we like to use. But the key there is that they're franchising specific attorneys for a couple of reasons. Number one, most of the FDD is boilerplate. So an attorney that doesn't have franchising experience is going to have to pour through that and try and understand what it's saying to them. It's going to drive up your cost. Secondly, franchising attorneys will typically have a set fee. So you know that this is going to cost you $1,000 to review. And basically what you're getting from a legal review is a list of your rights and responsibilities and the franchisor's rights and responsibilities. The FDD is written heavily in the franchisor's favor. And once you become a franchisee, that becomes your benefit because it stops unwanted activity going on in other franchises. So it's your security blanket. So after you've done that, and I'll introduce you to franchise funding options, if that's a question for you. And after you've done that, we set up a discovery day with the franchisor. And that day is for the franchisee and myself to physically visit the franchisor. Most are going back to in person. Some still do it by Zoom, but most are in person now. We have the discovery day. Some franchisors, if everything's a fit, will sign that day with you, sign the franchise agreement. Other franchisors make you wait and do it on a separate day. Now, after that, what we offer above and beyond what most consultants and brokers do is ongoing leadership training and development for you and your staff. You're going to have the operations manual of the franchisor, and they're also going to train you on the operations manual. But there are going to be other challenges and issues that you're going to face as the leader and the owner of your franchise that aren't addressed in the operations manual. If you found anything useful from this, please leave a comment and a like. And if you're not already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for weekly updates. Leave me a message if you want to know more information. As always, stay safe and win every day.